Hey everybody, good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I am on a journey and adventure to go to Antelope Canyon today, so come and join us for this awesome, amazing tour that we're gonna have here. It's hot and I'm excited, yes.
Now this trip was for Upper Antelope Canyon. I've actually been to Lower Antelope Canyon before, but that was years ago. And back then, I didn't have anything fancy as far as for equipment. All I had was an iPhone. Yes, I took pictures, yes, but they were pretty basic, nothing special. I didn't understand exposure, aperture, dynamic range, none of that. I was just excited to be there. Ever since that day, I told myself I wanted to come back, not just to take better pictures, but to challenge myself. To bring real gear, use real settings, and push my photography in a place where light controls everything. So for this trip, I packed two cameras, the Sony a7 IV and the Sony a7S III. The a7 IV is my detail master. 33 megapixels, great autofocus, and a solid dynamic range. It's the camera you take when you want those crispy shots with texture you can zoom into forever. And the a7S III, that camera was built for low light. Only 12 megapixels, but honestly, it didn't matter. The dual native ISO on that thing is crazy, and you can shoot in places that are basically dark and still get clean, usable images.
On those res roads. Making our way to Upper Antelope Canyon, yes. In a van. They had these trucks there, but I didn't want to take those, yes.
And the Antelope Canyon was a perfect place to test both, because this canyon doesn't care what gear you bring. 1 second, the light is blasting through the top and everything is glowing. Then you take 2 steps deeper and suddenly it's pitch black. Now it still blows my mind how something this beautiful barely gives itself away from the outside. You could walk right past it. It looks like nothing more than a thin crack in the earth. But once you step down into that opening, it's like walking straight into another world. A world carved over thousands of years by wind, water, and time. And it's funny because people fly all over the world just to come here for about 20 to 30 minutes. They cross over oceans, drive through deserts for hours, and wake up early for tours, all for this canyon. And meanwhile, it's kind of been sitting practically in my backyard my whole life. Just one of those hidden gems the Navajo Nation holds, waiting for the right time to show itself. The second you walk in, everything gets quiet. Your footsteps sound softer, the air feels cooler, and the walls, they start glowing like they're lit from the inside. Light hits the sandstone in the most intense way. Soft, colorful, and almost like it's painted. Then you turn a corner and the light disappears, and just like that, you're engulfed in total darkness. It's the kind of place that forces you to stop rushing and really pay attention to the details. Right away, I realized it wasn't going to be a one camera kind of day. In the open chambers where the light comes down, the a7 IV was perfect. Those 33 megapixels really brought out the lines and curves inside of the rock. But the deeper I went, the darker it got. That's when the a7S III became the star. I didn't want to crank the ISO on the a7 IV and introduce a bunch of noise. So anytime the shadows got too heavy, I'd swap over to the S3 and let the dual native ISO do its thing. It became a rhythm. Bright section, a7 IV. Dark tunnel, a7S III. It made the whole experience feel almost like a dance with the canyon. Swapping out lenses and cameras and all that. Now I only brought 2 lenses with me, the Sony a24-105 f4 and the Sigma 70-200 f2.8. And honestly, those are the only lenses I own right now. So I knew I had to make them work. The 24-105 was great for flexibility, wide enough for big openings, long enough for tighter shots. But being stuck at f4, that got tough in those darker spots. So you can only do so much with f4 before the ISO starts going up. Then there was a 70-200 at f2.8. The extra stop light helped a lot, but in a narrow canyon, that long focal length became real tight, really fast. Sometimes I try to frame a shot and realize I needed to be 3 steps back, but there was no back. The wall was right there. So a lot of this trip was choosing between 2 things, more light or more flexibility. It actually taught me a lot about my gear, made me realize what I need, what I'm missing, and what lenses I wanted to save up for in the future. Sometimes, the best teacher is simply working with what you got. And honestly, besides all the technical stuff, the canyon had an energy to it. It's hard to describe unless you're standing there in person. It feels calm, peaceful, but powerful at the same time. It's one of those places where you feel connected to the land, to the people who cared for it, and to the history that shaped it. It's like the canyon holds stories in every curve and every shadow. And thinking about how many people have walked through here, from the people who first found it, all the way to today's tourists, it makes you appreciate how special this place really is. Now, there were moments where I just stopped shooting. Not because I didn't have a good angle, but because I wanted to take it in, to stand there and breathe, to listen to the silence, and to feel the cool air deep in those walls. Sometimes photography isn't about getting the shot. Sometimes it's about appreciating the moment. And this canyon gives you a lot of those moments to look back on and give meaning to your photos. By the time I walked back into the bright sun, it felt different. Not in some dramatic way, just more grounded and grateful for the experience.
Just went through the canyon right now, higher elevation than where I'm from. Very beautiful. I'm excited to see where all the photos land, and it's gonna be very beautiful. See what else is on this tour.
This trip wasn't just about testing my cameras or figuring out which lens works better. It was about reconnecting to my land, appreciating the beauty that's always been there this whole time. Upper Antelope Canyon is one of those places that reminds you of why I fell in love with photography. It challenges you, it inspires you, and it humbles you. And now that I'm finally come back, this time with better gear and a better understanding, I'm already excited for my next adventure. More learning, of course more mistakes, more growth, and definitely more exploring of my lands. So yeah, that was my trip to Upper Antelope Canyon, a place that looks like a crack in the ground from the outside, but opens into a whole new world once you're inside. And I'm glad I finally returned, ready to see it in a whole new way. Oh.
So the photos that we're taking here too are going to be available as prints. So if you guys would like to purchase any of my photos that I take on my Instagram, go follow me there at Shanclen Shadow Lodge SSP or Clen_Shadow Lodge _SSP. I have all my photos that are for sale up there. If you guys want one, just send me a DM and we can go ahead and get one printed out for you and sent off so it can be hanging inside of your beautiful home that you have as well. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hope you guys all enjoy the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hook on it.